Steven Spielberg was so embarrassed by this sci-fi show that he removed his name from it. In 1994, Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment produced a sci-fi series called Earth 2 for NBC. The show had an ambitious premise. Earth is dying. A billionaire takes a group of colonists to a new planet. They crash and then have to survive while dealing with corrupt governments and alien species. The show had a solid cast, including Clancy Brown, Tim Curry, Terry Oakwin, and Rebecca Gayheart. NBC had high hopes. There were tie-in novels. The network expected it to run for years. But the show was a mess behind the scenes. The pilot was delayed for months while reshoots happened. Episodes aired out of order, confusing audiences. Characters died in one episode and were alive in the next. Critics were not kind. According to Dreamwatch magazine, Spielberg was so crestfallen by the disappointing reception and production problems that he deleted his association with the show entirely. He removed his name as executive producer. The show was canceled after 21 episodes and passed into hazy memories. It is actually pretty good according to fans who have rediscovered it, but Spielberg wanted nothing to do with it. For a guy who built his career on sci-fi and fantasy, from E.T. to Jurassic Park to the upcoming Disclosure Day, it is rare to see him walk away from something he was involved in. So here is a piece of studio history. Warner Brothers Television distributed the show. Amblin produced it, and the most powerful director in Hollywood decided his name was better off not being attached to it. Now, online, people have thoughts about this. Some fans who have rediscovered Earth 2 say it is actually pretty good. They say the show was ahead of its time. The premise was ambitious, the cast was strong, and NBC botched the release by airing episodes out of order. Others think Spielberg was right to distance himself. They call the show a mess that never found its footing. Too many production problems, too many behind-the-scenes issues. A good idea that could not be saved. Conversational, energetic fan, high engagement. A few people pointed out that even great directors make mistakes. Spielberg has produced hundreds of projects. He has had flops before, but Earth 2 was different. He actually pulled his name off it. That almost never happens. One person said the show had everything going for it. Great cast, cool premise, Spielberg's name, and somehow it still fell apart. Another commented, "I watched Earth 2 years later and thought it was solid. Not great, but solid. The network killed it more than the show itself." Someone else wrote, "Spielberg removing his name is the real story here. The guy puts his name on everything. For him to walk away, something was really wrong." Here is the thing. The show is actually worth watching according to fans who have found it. It has a cult following now. People are rediscovering it on streaming and wondering why it got canceled. But the damage was done. NBC had high hopes, tie-in novels, plans for multiple seasons. None of it mattered because the show could not get out of its own way. Spielberg was reportedly crestfallen. That is the word the magazine used, crestfallen. For a director who has achieved everything, to be brought down by a TV show is something. He did not just step away quietly. He deleted his association entirely. His name came off the credits. That is not a quiet exit. That is a statement. Online, the conversation keeps coming back to the same question. Was Earth 2 actually bad, or was it just mismanaged? Fans who have seen it say the show has good moments. The cast is strong. Clancy Brown and Tim Curry do not sign up for garbage. The premise is interesting, but the execution was messy because the network and the production could not get on the same page. One person summed it up like this: Earth 2 is the show that could have been. You watch it and see the potential, but you also see why it failed. Another said, Spielberg walking away tells you everything. If he believed in it, he would have fought for it. He did not. Someone else pointed out that Warner Brothers Television distributed the show and Amblin produced it, but neither could save it from itself. Here is the question that nobody has answered. Why did Spielberg not try to fix it? He has the power, the money, the influence. If he wanted Earth 2 to work, it would have worked. But he walked away. He removed his name, and the show faded into memory. So here is a piece of studio history that most people do not know about. The most powerful director in Hollywood had a failure so embarrassing that he wanted no proof he was ever involved. Have you ever seen Earth 2? Or is this the first time you are hearing about Spielberg's forgotten failure? Drop it in the comments.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get